He sat at the small corner table long after his shift ended. The restaurant lights dimmed low around him. Plates were cleared, chairs were stacked, and yet he stayed alone, tired and invisible. Then a woman he had never met leaned close and whispered 7 words that would change both of their lives forever. Pretend I'm your wife. Before you decide why she said it, before you guess what she wanted, stay with this story. Because what began as a quiet act of kindness became a reminder that sometimes the smallest gestures can heal the deepest wounds. If you enjoy emotional, real lifestyle stories that restore your faith in humanity, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. You're watching Your Channel Name, where kindness always has the last word. Daniel Brooks was 34 years old, and already felt like life had passed him by. By day, he was a single father doing his best to raise a 6-year-old daughter named Lily. By night, he worked long hours as a waiter at a modest Italian restaurant just outside Chicago. The tips weren't great. The shifts were exhausting, and the smiles he gave customers often hid how tired his heart really was. Daniel hadn't planned to be a single dad. 3 years earlier, his wife, Megan, had passed away suddenly from a brain aneurysm. One moment, she was laughing in the kitchen. The next, she was gone. No goodbye, no warning, just silence. Since then, Daniel's world revolved around Lily, getting her ready for school, packing her lunch, reading bedtime stories even when his eyes could barely stay open. He loved her more than anything, but grief doesn't disappear just because responsibility calls. It settles quietly in your chest and waits. That night, Daniel finished his shift later than usual. A large party had stayed past closing, and he didn't have the energy to rush home. Lily was safe at his neighbor's apartment, already asleep. For once, Daniel decided to sit down and eat at the restaurant instead of grabbing leftovers to go. He ordered the cheapest item on the menu and sat alone. That's when he noticed her. She had been dining alone too, seated near the window. She looked to be in her early 40s, dressed simply but elegantly. Her hair was pulled back neatly, and there was something calm about her presence. She wasn't scrolling on her phone or rushing through her meal. She was just there. Daniel had served her earlier. She had thanked him politely and smiled in a way that felt genuine, not rushed like most customers. Still, he didn't think much of it. Wealthy people passed through the restaurant all the time, especially on weekends. What Daniel didn't know was that her name was Claire Whitmore. Claire was a self-made millionaire. She owned several tech startups and could dine anywhere she wanted. But that night, she had chosen this small restaurant for a reason she didn't fully understand herself. She was tired of places where people saw her money before they saw her. As Claire finished her meal, she noticed Daniel sitting alone. The staff whispered nearby, unaware he could hear them. "Poor guy," one of them muttered. "He always sits alone after shifts," another said. "People think he's a loser," someone added. "A grown man eating alone like that." Daniel pretended not to hear, but the words cut deep. Claire heard them too. She saw the way Daniel's shoulders slumped, the way he stared at his plate like he didn't quite belong anywhere. Something about him felt familiar. Not his face, but his loneliness. Without overthinking it, Claire stood up, walked over, and sat across from him. Daniel looked up, startled. "I'm sorry, ma'am, I think." She leaned in gently and whispered, "Pretend I'm your wife." Daniel froze. Before he could respond, Claire raised her voice slightly and said, "Honey, you ready to go? Lily's probably waiting up for us." The room went quiet. The staff stared. The whispers stopped. Daniel's heart raced. Confusion flooded his face, but then something else followed, understanding. He nodded slowly. "Yeah," he said softly. "Just finished." Claire smiled warmly and reached across the table, placing her hand over his. It wasn't romantic. It was human. For a moment, Daniel felt something he hadn't felt in years seen. They stood up together and walked toward the door. Outside, the cool night air wrapped around them. Claire finally let go of his hand. "I hope that wasn't too forward," she said. "I just didn't like the way they were talking about you." Daniel swallowed hard. "Thank you," he replied. "You didn't have to do that." "I know," she said, "but kindness doesn't usually have to." They stood there awkwardly for a second. Then Daniel laughed, a quiet, surprised laugh. Daniel." "Claire," she said. Before leaving, Claire asked, "Can I ask you something personal?" He nodded. "Do you really have a daughter?" Daniel's eyes softened. "Yeah, Lily. She's my whole world." Claire smiled. "Then she's very lucky." They parted ways that night, and Daniel assumed that was the end of it. A strange, kind moment he would remember when things felt heavy. But the next week, Claire returned. She came during Daniel's shift and asked to be seated in his section. They talked more this time, about Lily, about work, about grief. Claire shared that she had lost her husband years earlier and had buried herself in work to avoid the pain. They weren't falling in love. They were healing. Over time, Claire became a familiar face. She'd bring coloring books for Lily. She helped Daniel find better childcare options. Eventually, when she learned Daniel dreamed of opening a small family cafe one day, she listened, really listened. Months later, Claire did something that changed Daniel's life again. She offered to invest in his dream, not as charity, as belief. With guidance, support, and a fair partnership, Daniel opened a small neighborhood cafe, a place where no one was judged for eating alone, a place where kindness was served as generously as coffee. On opening day, Lily stood proudly, behind the counter wearing a little apron. Claire sat at a table near the window, smiling. That night, after closing, Daniel sat down to eat, but this time, he wasn't alone. Life doesn't always change with grand speeches or dramatic rescues. Sometimes it changes with a whisper, with a hand across a table, with a moment of kindness that reminds someone they matter. If this story touched your heart, remember, kindness costs nothing, but it can be worth everything. Go out today and be someone's Claire or someone's Daniel, and never underestimate the power of choosing compassion.